we owe a debt of gratitude to President Obama for raising the issue of nuclear security on the international scene. It was his April 2009 speech in which he brought the subject up, and he described at that time the efforts of terrorists to get at nuclear weapons and materials as, quote, the most immediate and extreme threat to global security. And from that arose a serious concern about the security of nuclear materials. And this has led to two nuclear security summits, and the third one is due to come. At that time, it was anticipated that it would be possible for the international community to secure all vulnerable materials around the world in 4 years. I don't think that has taken place yet. But the international focus on the security of nuclear materials is ongoing, and we hope that in the next summit in the Netherlands, further progress will be made. What one sees here is that despite all these efforts, there is still no foolproof international arrangement for the security of nuclear materials. And even though people point to the IAEA as the custodian of this activity, the IAEA is not formally in charge. And therefore, we have a lot of other private efforts which are focusing on studies here. And I'd like to mention here the Nuclear Security Index, the Nuclear Material Security Index produced by the NTI, which publishes a report every year. Now, you must have seen the report that has come out from the NTI. It's not very flattering to India that India has been placed number 23 in a group of 25, and that too below Pakistan. Because if you remember, in 2009 and 10, Pakistan was considered to be the most dangerous place so far as security of nuclear materials is concerned. Pakistan and Russia were mentioned as the two priority states for securing nuclear material. So we have to look at this NTI index with a degree of detachment and not get worked up, because the NTI index is not like the international financial ratings, let's say, and it shouldn't be a national calamity that we have come behind Pakistan or something. I think what we have to look at is, let's see objectively what they have said and how much marks they have given for each category, and then see if we can derive any lessons from that, instead of taking up a nationalistic, jingoistic stance saying, how dare they tell us who are they and so on. I know that the design of the index is flawed. The way they have designed it, it is loaded against a country like India. But that doesn't mean that India stands condemned for lack of nuclear safety. So we have to discuss this, and I'm glad we've got the specialist here who will analyze it and tell us. Because if you look at the criteria, quantities and sites, security and control measures, global norms, domestic commitments on capacity and risk environment, we've got different markings in each of these categories. In some we have done very well, in some we have not done so well. So it's for us to look at the areas where you have not done so well and see if we can't have a national debate or an informed discussion on how we can improve it, rather than just condemning the NTI exercise as something against an action against India.